Hi, this is Jason with BallistiXPro, and today we'll be going over the Gamo Swarm Magnum Pro 10X Gen3i. Gamo, what does that mean? It's Spanish. This gun comes from Spain. In the Spanish language, Gamo means deer. So this is the Deer Swarm. Pretty cool name if you ask me. The Magnum Pro, obviously the 10X stands for it does 10 rounds. So you can load 10 rounds. You have this nice little clip here. I'll take it out. And you can load 10 rounds into this sucker. And it's got a little spring on it. So each time you load, let's see if we can get it in here. It goes to the next. It goes to the next. It goes to the next. And this spring is also a reset spring to go back to the beginning in case you missed something or need to go back through it, but also so it doesn't double load on you. So this spring actually prevents the break when you break, because this is a break action barrel. When you break this, like this, the clip will prevent it from double loading. And we'll go over the loading in a bit because it's really hard to break this barrel. I kind of stick it on the ground and use two arms to manhandle it, I guess you could say. The I in Gen3i stands for inertia, since this is an inertia-fed air rifle. So, yep, I is for inertia. It comes with a 3x9 scope on it that is actually pretty nice. Comes with a little guard so you don't muck up your lenses. And you can take that off to once you're ready to use it and put them back on when you're done. But the scope is actually quite nice for a 9x scope to just come with this air rifle. Down here on the trigger, you will see it's got two triggers. This is actually a safety. So this is ready to fire. This is safe. So nothing going to happen here. If you open it up, then you'll be allowed to fire. And since I haven't used the brake on the brake barrel, it's not going to do anything. Loading is pretty simple. So I got some Gamo ammo. Nice little rhyming name there. Deer ammo. Would it kill a deer? Good question. I don't know, but the pellets do travel at 1,650 feet per second. So the website says out of this air rifle. We will test that here in a little bit. So to load, simply take some of these out. And basically you put them in upside down like this. And goes right in. And then you move to the next space. And it's got nice little numbers on there to tell you where you're at. And you just load it up, all 10 into the magazine. And you're ready to go. Now, when I first saw this air rifle, I actually thought, and I don't know why I thought this, it was on another review or something, but I swear it said that you pump it once and it'd shoot 5 times. Well, that's actually not the case. You have to pump it each and every time you would like to fire a round. So it's one pump for one round. Each time you pump it once, it's only going to fire once, and then the air is spent. Okay, we got all 10 rounds in, and we're going to go outside and we're going to do some testing with this, which will be kind of fun. See how accurate it is. And just a little spoiler alert, it's very accurate. We'll be testing it at 50 feet, which is 16.67 yards or about 15 meters. So try to give you all the translations there. So wherever you're from, or whatever measuring system works best for you, you kind of get the idea of how far of a distance this is being shot from. The coloring on this is very nice, very smooth. The silencer on the end, now let's talk about this for a second, is probably doing a good job. I don't know because I'm not taking the sucker off, but I can tell you this thing is loud, and it does have a little bit of a kick. For an air rifle, you would not expect that, but wow, this thing is loud for an air rifle, even with the silencer on here. The handle is just, I mean, it's fantastic holding this thing. I mean, it's a heavy rifle, but it is just fantastic to hold. And it feels really good in my hands. I mean, it's like it's meant for my hands. If you have smaller hands, it may not be as good for you, but who knows? The only thing that I wish it did have that it doesn't have that some of the Gamo air rifles has is the adjustable cheek rest right here. This does not have that feature. I really wish it did, but it doesn't. The trigger on this thing, it's not too bad. I have not measured the trigger yet, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the vicinity of about 5 pounds. So it's not a super lightweight trigger, but it is a decent trigger. It does have a little tiny bit of a take up and then click and it goes. But other than that, let's take her out, do a little sample test on some targets and see what we get. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to talk about with the Gamo Swarm Magnum Pro is a brake barrel. So in order to break this thing, this is how I do it. I literally just stick it on the ground, make sure the safety's on, of course, and use both hands and kind of keep it straight as I can, and that ammunition is going to load. And you'll see in the box you'll have an empty one in the mag, so that way you know the pellet went in. For our accuracy test, we're going to be using the Gamo Red fire at 7.8 grain pellet, and we'll see how this does. We will also be measuring velocity, and I also have something to measure how many decibels. Put my muffs on and get ready to go. Okay, so here's our target. That top one, I kind of had the air rifle in the wrong position, so that one we're not counting, of course. These two right here, honestly, I think those were me as well. I'm still getting used to it. It's fairly new. I've only shot it probably about maybe 100 times tops. So 1/2 inch wide, if you count all of them, up to here, that's 1 inch high. Take one down 3/4, you take that last one, it's half, and that's where I really think it would be at. So 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch grouping at 50 feet, 16.7 yards or 15 meters, however you want to look at it. But that to me is pretty darn accurate. As far as the noise of it goes, this app did work pretty well. It registered at 96 decibels. So 96 decibels is what you can expect to hear out of it. That's pretty loud for an air rifle. Now, for velocity, the velocity was very consistent. We had a minimum of 1,114.9 feet per second a maximum of 1,135.5 feet per second, and an average velocity of 1,125.3 feet per second. So even with their own ammo, quite a bit of difference away from what they're saying. So I'm not sure how they're able to obtain 1,650 feet per second as they say, but I am definitely not getting it with those Gamo Reds. Okay, according to my Garmin, if you take the math and do this, you can do it the same way. It's basically what the Garmin's doing, but you're going to get 21.5 foot-pounds of energy with that pellet, all the way up to 22.3 foot-pounds of energy. So actually, that's a pretty good amount of energy for a pellet. I don't want to get hit by it. Standard deviation looks like a 6.1 feet per second, so not too bad, and the total spread was 20.6 feet per second. So as far as consistency goes in the velocity, I would say it's very consistent. As far as the consistency in the accuracy goes, I would say it's very consistent, it's very accurate, and it's very precise. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Gamo Swarm Magnum Pro 10X Gen3i. If you enjoyed this review, please give me a like or a subscribe. And if you think it'll help out a friend in choosing what air rifle would be best, please give it a share. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.